Hey guys, it's Tyler here. Just wanted to touch base for a few minutes today. I'm probably going to be sending out just a short training video over the next every few weeks over the summer. And as we continue to go, I think it's really good for us to remember why we do what we do. And some of you are new, and this is kind of new for you. I am planning to do a training sometime this summer. It's hard with scheduling with a baby and everything else. So that's why I figured it would be good to just have these short videos here to do a little bit of training at a time. So I want to keep you guys fresh and up to date on what is going on. And again, remind us of why we do what we do with the First Impressions team. So first and foremost, the First Impressions team, our mission is to make outsiders feel like insiders. And that's what we've always done. That's what we do all the time. It's a mindset, right? What can we do to help outsiders become insiders? And one of the things I think about a lot is how we can welcome people and help people become like insiders from the streets to the seats. So today I just want to talk a little bit about the roles that we have on the First Impressions team and what you do there and how that contributes to helping outsiders feel like insiders. So the first is the street entrances, the northeast entrance and the west entrance. From the very moment that people drive into the parking lot, our hope is that they feel loved and feel welcomed. So at this position, you're not necessarily, welcoming and saying good morning to people, but you are holding a sign. It's exciting. It's excitement that you're bringing to them. It's joy that you're bringing to them. I know that some of our people, they like to have a goal for how many, thumbs up they can do or high fives they can do or honks they can do. I mean, those kind of things. So this position is super important because it's different, and you even get to connect with people that drive by. So keep that in mind, that while you're not directly connecting with people, you are setting a huge and very important first impression as you go. I also know that this is one that not a lot of people love to do when it's cold. But again, if you see the vision behind it, it's important. So as we get into the summer months here, it'll be a lot easier to do this, but I would love to encourage us to consider doing this year round. And I know it's easier for me to say that because I'm usually inside, but anyways, so the street entrances are the very first step in helping people feel loved from the very moment they drive into our parking lot. Number two is the parking lot hosts. We don't always have people do this. Parking lot hosts, just because there aren't usually enough people to serve, but it is important, right? And they're out within the parking lot. We have vests on, and they're at kind of that next stop of when people find their spot, they get out of their car, they get going to the front door. You are that next step, almost pulling people inside, right? We're extending our welcome out to them, not only from the streets, but even when they get out of their car and walk into the parking lot. Keep your eye out in this position for anyone who needs help carrying things or anyone who might have kids or whatever else and need to know where to go. So again, you're really extending the hand for people as they come in the front doors. The next one is outside the front door. People are trying to figure out what our church is all about from the very moment they get out of their car, right? So a lot of times new people have expectations of what the church is going to be, and they're oftentimes looking for people like them, right? So we like to be outside the front doors so we can just be that joyful, smiling face for people to help them know, like, hey, we're not just a set of doors in a church. We are people. This is who we are. So be a welcoming face and keep your eyes out for anybody who, again, has needs of figuring out where their kids go, or they just look maybe a little bit confused on where to go, that kind of thing. You are the eyes of the First Impressions team because you're the kind of the central place that everyone comes in. The next one is inside the front door and in the lobby. So this is, again, either right inside the front door or anywhere throughout the lobby stationed there. So as we have people outside the front door and we have people that sit, in their seats, you're kind of that middle space. You're that bridge of where people are coming in, trying to figure out what this place is all about. You're filling in these gaps, right? As people go from the parking lot to the seats. Your eyes are peeled for anyone who might be new and going to connect with them. And I know that we don't love to kind of get outside of ourselves and go get to know people, but you can use the phrase, I'm not sure we've met before, and really go and connect with them. In this role, you have tons of autonomy to fill whatever need is there. So invite people to get coffee, point them to the connection hub and help them find a seat, those kind of things. You're just that mingling person that can go and get to know new people and help them find what they need. The next is the Connection Hub host. This person is, of course, very vital. I'm there at times. We also have a few others that are there. You're the person that's there to answer questions, to help people find information they need, help them find next steps, all of those things. This position requires a little bit more training, which I'm in the process of doing, and trying to keep you guys updated on what's going on in the church. So Connection Hub is the next one. The next one after that is the worship center. And this is made up of two positions. It is those who hand out the handouts and those who are really just hosts or ushers, or mostly hosts within the worship center. But this is, again, that as people go and find a seat, a lot of times brand new people will show up early. They'll make it through all the professional greeters, right? And then they go sit down and no one talks to them. And that's why we have the 60-second family time to help you guys, everyone in the church, go and connect with one another. But I would love to help us grow in this area as well. Just being someone who can mingle around and get to know new people. It's a little bit outside of our comfort zone, but I think we can do it. So this position is intended to make the connections that people are looking for, but that most of our other positions cannot necessarily do because they're passing by them. And then finally is the coffee. This one is important as well, and will become more important when we get new coffee pots, because I would love to I will be handing over the making of the coffee to a volunteer, because it will be a lot quicker to make the coffee. But you are making coffee, keeping cookies filled, watching for the water, all the rest of the things there. But this is the hospitality aspect, where we provide them something that makes them feel loved and cared for. With all of these positions, then, from the outside, or the people at the entrances, the people in the parking lot, the people outside the front door, people inside the front door and in the lobby, people in the worship center, people handing out the handouts and coffee, you can see how we're helping people become insiders from the streets to the seats. We're doing whatever we can to break down those barriers, to get to know people, to love them and care for them in whatever way we can. Again, in very small ways, by just saying good morning, and in big ways by truly getting to know them well, inviting them to sit by you, those kind of things. So one thing I want to help you keep in mind throughout all of this is I want to best help you highlight your giftings. And so continue to keep in mind what positions you are doing right now, what you are willing to continue to do, but also what positions you might be willing to step into as well, if any of these sounded like things that would be helpful. Because something to keep in mind, right, is what would help you feel loved on the first time you come to Good News. What can you do each and every Sunday that you serve to help connect with somebody in a way that you would like to be connected with when you go to a church for the first time, or when you came to Good News for the first time. So keep that in mind. Thank you for listening to this training. Continue to ask me questions, give me suggestions, tips, ideas on how I can help you better. But I hope you have a great day, and we will continue to talk soon.